With another video, and today I'm gonna be talking about going to barber school. If it's something that you're considering, you're in the right place. Definitely a great idea. Barber school changed my life forever, man. Just getting my barber license. I did go to college for 6 years, got a degree, and then ultimately decided to go to barber school, which was the best decision that I made, right? So here's something to consider when going to barber school. I went to a production-based barber school, whereas my hours, my first 286 hours was clock-in hours. You know, you have to complete 1,500 hours. So my first 287 hours was clock-in hours, and then the rest of my hours up until 1,500 hours was production hours. Why was this so great? Was because anything that I did during the school day, whether it was a haircut, a curling service, anything, we had hours that amounted up to add on to our 287 hours. So the first 287 hours was dedicated to the classroom, going through the book, completing the chapters and the tests, and then after that, everything was on the floor. So a haircut was worth 1 hour, a shave was worth 1 hour, curling styling service was worth 3 hours. So I was able to knock those hours out. So ultimately, you want to decide if you want to go to a production-based school, whereas all the services hours add up, or if you want to go to a school where you have to just completely clock in for 1,500 hours, which is typically going to take you way much longer than if you go to a school with production hours. So I chose to go to a production-based school. One thing that was tough for me was I was already kind of working inside of a barbershop and making money. So I did go to school Monday through Friday, but Fridays I never went to school. So therefore, Monday through Thursday, I tried to make sure I knocked out as many hours as possible to make up for that Friday. I didn't go every week because Fridays was one of the busiest days for me just starting out in the barbershop. Monday through Thursday, not so much, but Fridays and Saturdays was my busiest days. So Fridays, I wanted to make sure I was still in the barbershop to try to make some money for the week. But so one thing you want to consider is if it's going to be production based, you got to complete 1,500 hours in barber school, right? Thereafter, you'll go take your state board test, which is written and the practical, where you actually performing the services, right? One thing you want to consider is distance from your home. One thing I didn't want to do was travel back and forth far from home to barber school, but I had no choice because I chose a production school, which was an hour away. So that was a headache doing the drive every day, but it also gave me time to think, and it motivated me once I got to school. Hey, I'm driving an hour every day. Let me make sure I'm handling business while I'm here every day. Paying for barber school, you have a couple different options. You can get loans. Just like you applying for college, you can get money for barber school. Luckily, my school was ran, I can't even tell you, but basically I paid $1,500 for barber school. So it was the best investment, the best return I've ever made in my life. But I know you are able to get financial aid for barber school also. There's also people that go through the military service, and they get money in that form to pay for barber school. So there's several different ways to go through and pay for barber school. Figure that out however you figure that out. Me personally, I chose to go to barber school versus working inside of a shop and getting my hours under someone, because barber school is just going to teach you so many different things, and then also you have the ability to network with other people that's coming up and trying to become a barber or cosmetology or whatever the case may be. You have people that you can network with, and therefore you can possibly find a shop to work out of once you get near the completion of school. Me, luckily, I had a barbershop that I was already acquainted with, which is when I went and decided to go to barber school or whatnot. So therefore, I was able, like I said, to work my Fridays there, make money, but then still go to barber school during the week and get my accredited hours to go on to take my state board test. So so yeah, if you decide to go to barber school, definitely go in with a plan. Uh, know how much time you want to try to complete that goal in. Have your schedule together. Try to avoid starting barber school and stopping and maybe going and working a job and then trying to continue barber school. Definitely, whenever you decide that you want to go and you want to start, go straight through. Don't break it up, because it's just going to be harder for you to kind of pick back up where you were. So make sure you have that clear time in your life and your job or whatever it is that you're doing at the time. Make sure you have that clear time to go to barber school and definitely work straight through barber school. You don't want to break up the time. It's 1,500 hours. That's going to be rough enough, which is why I also decided to go to a production-based school, because that also motivated me to, like, all right, well, I know every day I go, I'm not just getting the amount of hours that I'm present for. I can also work my hours higher and make more hours than me being there for 5 hours. Boom, I can knock out 12 hours within that day. So was a big decision of mine. So yeah, you don't want to break up that barber school. If you got a goal and you know what you're trying to accomplish, do that. So basically for me, I wanted to go ahead and knock it out. I never really had aspirations of opening a barbershop. I know a lot of people do, but for me, I wanted to get my license, be legit, to be able to be in a barbershop and work as many hours as I can comfortably, so I can start investing my money. So that was my ultimate goal. When I first got into a barbershop, man, I knocked out so many hours. I would work Monday through Sunday, and then I would save all of my money. I wasn't spending any money. I wasn't going out. I wasn't buying fast food. I was being very disciplined, because ultimately I wanted to start taking all my extra money and investing it. So just like going to barber school, that's an investment into your future. So make sure you have a plan, you have a clear goal, how much time you want to spend at barber school, and make sure your life is clear. Make sure you prep before you go, so ultimately you can complete that goal without any hardship of having to leave and go get a job or whatnot like that. So make sure you do that. Stay dedicated to it. Stay consistent. Everything is not going to go as planned. Everything is not going to go as smooth as you planned it. So make sure just mentally you're prepared. When you go, you may have a teacher that you don't get along with. You might have other students that you don't get along with, but just stay motivated and dedicated to your goal. Be to yourself. Those that are alluring to you, that you feel like you can learn from, put yourself closer to those individuals. Make sure you study, because you do have book work. Make sure you study at school, after school. I used to make flashcards for my test, and try to pass all your tests the first time, man, so you don't prolong your time at barber school. Make sure you come prepared. Make sure you have everything that you need that's required of you. Make sure you have your books, your supplies, all the utensils you need to be prepared, man. You don't want to prolong what you're doing. You go in there with the goal in mind. Stay dedicated, work hard, man. Stay motivated, and everything will work out for you, man. And then once you complete barber school, you go take your state board test and get your barber license, and your journey begin. From there, try to plan out your goals. Make sure you clearly know what it is that you want to do, and you don't have to know everything. You'll figure it out as you go. And it's great to go into a barbershop first and work into a barbershop. Don't complete barber school and then go jump into a suite. Go to a barbershop, get the experience. Whatever you go through in a barbershop, working with different barbers, good or bad, you can learn from it. So take heed to that. make sure you complete that goal. You want to have your license, man. You want to be legit. Make sure you stay on top of renewing your license every year. But barber school was the best thing that I could have done, man. I promise you, it'll be life changing. And once you complete it, man, you get good with the clippers. You can name your price. So come on, man. Go to barber school. Like and subscribe this video. Let me know what you want to hear about next. I'm gonna be knocking out these videos for y'all. Barber school, working in the shop, working in the suite. Great things to do with your money. So let me know what you want to hear. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow Hollywood for real. It's my personal page. Follow Kennesaw Barber. That's my barber page.